The best thing about working here is the opportunity to work with friends and colleagues every day in order to make patients better.
Working as part of a team, I feel really proud and privileged that I'm working with such generous people that are caring and kind and have the same goal as me.
I love working here, and I know others do as well. But I am hearing that staff are tired and things have taken their toll physically and mentally for staff, and people need space to recover and recuperate.
We're seeing more patients than ever before, and sometimes we don't have enough staff. But we're here to make a difference, and that's what we do. Even on the worst day of somebody's life, there's always something that we can do to make it a little bit better.
We all have our own Addenbrooke's story, our own Rosie story, our own CUH story. And now we're ready to write the next chapter. The last 2 years have been beyond difficult for all of us. But through it all, we've been there, representing everything that makes Cambridge University hospitals special. Safe, kind, and excellent. We delivered our last strategy, and now we're looking at what's next. We're building on what we've achieved already, and we're refreshing our strategy to meet the needs of our community, patients, and staff for the next few years, the next stage of care, learning, and research in Cambridge and beyond. Through listening to staff, we've created our new strategy, and each of us here has a part to play. We have 3 priorities: improving patient care, supporting our staff, and building for the future. We're improving patient care by changing how we work so that we treat more patients sooner, working more closely with GP practices and using new technology so that patients can get hospital services closer to home. And we're always here in an emergency.
COVID has resulted in us having a problem with getting patients through surgery. The number of patients we can do in a day has got smaller, and that just means we're getting longer waiting lists, and it's terrible for us, and it's terrible especially for the patients.
So my patient's having to wait longer for elective surgery due to COVID. We're looking at different ways of working in order to tackle this problem. So we're looking at increasing our 23-hour pathways through the main day surgery unit at Addenbrooke's, looking at different pathways that would have required an inpatient bed and a 2 or 3 day stay pre-COVID. We're looking at Ely and whether we can put more surgery through Ely, and we're looking at weekend working and trying to do more surgeries on the weekends. Some of the changes are small, but some are much bigger, like the dedicated theatre that's being built for hip and knee surgery.
So with all these new ideas, these new procedures and the new ways of working, we're getting more people through, we're getting more people off the waiting list and home to ready to carry on with their lives.
Dr. Wright, who's a GP at Granta, myself and others have come together to create a virtual neurology meeting. The advantage of this meeting is that it allows us to discuss cases from around the region, and we don't all have to be in the same place to do so.
Introducing Dr. Gordon-Wardner into primary care has allowed us to provide a much more seamless service with the patients. We get them seen by the right person in the right place at the right time. They get investigations done much faster, often with discussions with people they feel comfortable with, in a setting they feel more comfortable with. This improves the engagement between both primary and secondary care as well.
Cytosponge was developed by a team in Cambridge and is finally being introduced into clinical practice, which we're very proud of. The Cytosponge is really simply a pill on a string which patients can swallow with a glass of water. It goes down into the stomach. The gelatin capsule dissolves, releases the sponge, and then we gently pull that back, collecting cells all along the esophagus. These cells can then be looked at to see whether they need further care or further investigations. So we're working with primary care, the CCG, clinical research nurses, and Heartburn and Cancer UK in order to bring this to patients in the community so that they don't have to go into hospital to access this test.
We're also setting up virtual wards in the community so that patients get expert care in their own homes after leaving hospital.
One of the benefits of integrating care is that it reduces unnecessary visits to hospital and thereby saves patients time. The other major plus is that by working together as a team, we really develop and strengthen this relationship between primary and secondary care.
Supporting our staff means having the right workforce to deliver high quality care, investing in education and training so everyone can reach their ambitions. And we mean everyone. We are all stronger when we value difference and inclusion. We want working at CUH to be a good experience for people and positively impact their health and well-being, supported by compassionate and enabling relationships with colleagues.
People are definitely the best thing about working here. I've been here for 13 years and I trained here as well. So it's the people around me that have moulded me to be the nurse I am today.
I think it's really important that entry-level roles exist for everyone and are available to everyone so that you can get into the hospital and get your foot in the door.
Well, it means a lot for me, I'm a local lad. When I left school, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I love helping people, I love talking to people, quite a sociable guy. Them things just make me proud to work here.
I love working at Addenbrooke's. It's professionally and personally is a lot to learn, and there is multi-diversity culture around there.
I enjoy working with the people at Addenbrooke's because they're enthusiastic about the jobs that they do, as well as looking after patients.
What I like the most about working in CUH is the professional development opportunities and the career progression.
One of the main challenges living in Cambridge is expensive, especially with finding out accommodations. It would be great if the trust would help us with some financial assistance or finding out new houses.
People are what makes CUH really special, and that's why we know that we need to focus on recruitment to support our staff, and also we need to focus on retaining the staff that we've got and supporting them to the best of our ability. There are over 12,000 people working here at CUH, and understandably not everybody has the same experience. So one of the things that we do to really tune in and listen to that staff voice, as an example, is through our staff networks. They're a great way of staff being able to engage and have their voice heard by the organisation.
Building for the future means leading groundbreaking research and putting this into clinical practice to help us deliver exceptional treatment to more patients.
CUH has been working in partnership with the University of Cambridge for many years to deliver globally significant genomics research. The immediate impact of that we are now seeing is our ability to deliver specialised and personalised treatments for many of the patients who come to Addenbrooke's Hospital.
So here at our Cambridge Genomic Labs, we identify strategies that would offer the best treatment options to our patients that would thereby benefit their conditions.
So there was a lady who was referred to us from the pregnancy clinic who'd had a history of diabetes in a previous pregnancy, and given her history we thought it'd be worth just investigating the type of diabetes she had.
So we invited her along for genetic screening, and this identified that she had a genetic form of diabetes, and that enabled the correct treatment pathway for both mother and baby.
Much of the research carried out at CUH started here many, many years ago. And it gives everybody an enormous sense of satisfaction to see that not only being used to develop new treatments, but also to start the development of big infrastructure projects, such as the development of Cambridge Children's and the Cambridge Cancer Hospital, which hopefully we will see completed within the next few years.
The strategy belongs to all of us, and it will continue to develop as we keep looking ahead, achieving our vision of a healthier life for everyone. The community around Cambridge University hospitals is powerful. We all know we're stronger together.
And we know we're making a difference. Then, now, and for years to come.